Yeah, it could have paid off, maybe, potentially, if he got that wall up sooner, but
Hmm.
unfortunately he did not. And with that, we already have our next series over here. Well, we're jumping in mid-series, but better to jump in mid-series than never, especially with this specific ZvZ. We're in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Hong Kong, currently known as the best player from Hong Kong. He is also going to be representing the Not Army Juggernaut. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres ALE, we have the Australian Zerg player, the best Zerg player in all of Australia, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. It is Oreo.
In his preferred matchup, mate.
I don't know if this is his preferred matchup, but he's pretty goddamn good at it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we did miss out on game number 1, but as a reminder to everyone, the winner of this series will go on to face Ender.
Yeah, in that upper bracket finals. Loser of this, I believe, is going to go up against Starduck in the lower bracket.
I believe so. Yes.
Yep. As we Mike and B-Sork are currently in the lower bracket. Starduck's going to be waiting a little while for an opponent.
So does this mean Ender greater than Ragnarok confirmed? Is that...
Definitely, yeah.
Is that how the math works?
Usually it does.
Oh, God. But, yeah, I mean, the ZvZs in this region can get wild, and we can see, because we, of course, have our top 4 players at the moment in the upper bracket being all Zergs, and we'll see who will be the king of ZvZ tonight. As Oreo is already taking a lead in this series, I'm really curious to see if he can close this out. This isn't the first time that he's taken maps or even series off of GogojOey.
Yeah, Oreo has beaten GogojOey before in the Grand Platypus Open, I believe. No, I'm wrong there. I was going to say the first time Oreo made it to the finals, but then I remembered that Oreo made it to the finals the first GPO before GogojOey played, so...
True.
Yeah, I am a little bit wrong there, but point being, Oreo has beaten GogojOey before, GogojOey has beaten Oreo before. They do go a bit more back and forth. It is not a one-sided affair at all.
And we'll see how they shape up here. To be fair, this is a GogojOey that has had a little bit more practice and experience with me and Micah recently because they are now on a new team together, whereas the last time they faced was a couple of months ago. So we'll see if Oreo can shape up here. Already, Oreo taking a little bit of a loss when it comes to losing one of these links, but he is making a wave of links behind this.
Man, he wants to be able to save that third base. I don't think he's necessarily going to be aggressive, but again, if he can, why not?
He just made another wave of links as
60
well.
more links, alright, yep.
I was about to say, he has a timing where he will have the faster link speed. It's not by much, but it will actually come into effect here in the ZvZ.
Actually really will. He's able to pin these links against a wall a little bit quicker, then it can do quite a lot. But Oreo decides to go for the safe choice and attacks the third base.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, all these links are rushing across the map. Now that link speed has kicked in, he does trade a little bit against these links. What's important is that Oreo, he does not have a mailing nest.
He doesn't, and GogojOey's about to have one pretty soon. Oreo needs to be aware of that and needs to be able to micro his links effectively. GogojOey will save his third base for now.
Yeah, for now he does, and now it's GogojOey's turn to come across the map again. Just like Oreo, he's also going for a bit of a link flood here, but as you said, with the banelings, it's going to be a little bit more risky for Oreo to try and defend.
I love this from GogojOey as well. He's building them in the shrubbery, trying to bait Oreo into getting closer, and bait does not work.
Jesus Christ. With this though, GogojOey, he can zone Oreo out, and I believe this will be a kill on the third base of Oreo.
Well, we'll see. Oreo currently trying to snipe the banelings, and he does. GogojOey gets a pretty nice connection, and another one as well. Oreo cannot afford another baneling to the face.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the third base does go down. Oreo behind this, instead of going for a baneling nest, he went for a roach warren. A couple of roaches are coming out, but oh my god, he doesn't have a lot of gas to really expend on that, and it looks like GogojOey, he's going to be able to break on through.
Yeah, Yeah, the roaches do their job and snipe the baneling, but immediately get surrounded by the lings. And now here come even more banelings, so yeah.
Yeah, we've
Not
said
shaping
this.
up too well.
We've said this before, mate. You can't Ling Bane without the Bane, and unfortunately, Oreo did decide to delay them. Decide to skip them, and oh god, GogojOey fighting back here in game 2.
Yeah, fighting back hard at that. It looks like we're gonna get our ace match. GG. GogojOey takes that game.
GG.
Yeah, as he was saying, like, you can't Ling Bane without the Banelings, and fun fact, you also can't Ling Bane with Ling Roach if you don't have Banelings.
This is true.
Some people, so you may think you can, but you can't. Roaches are, fortunately, not a good substitute for Banelings.
Yeah, exactly.
In this scenario.
So Oreo, he was just cutting some corners there, and we saw it didn't really work out for him. But now we are going to the ace match, and we'll see how this story concludes. What's important is that the last match, the last game that we were in, did have a ping advantage to GogojOey. Now
True.
This one will have a bit of an advantage for Oreo.
Yeah, we are. That is how we go by our servers, unless, of course, one of the players agrees to play on one server, even if there is a bit of an advantage or a disadvantage there. So we went from Oz in game number 1. We didn't get to see what happened there, but I imagine it's probably something similar, but with a different dynamic. Game number 2 was played on Singapore. In game number 3, we are going back to the Australia server. So maybe Oreo might be a little bit more willing to go for Ling Bane this time?
Yeah. I imagine that did factor into him not going for a Baneling Nest, just because Ling Bane can be very difficult to control when you have ping. So yeah, we'll see how things change here in game 3.
Oh, and it's going to be on Blackburn.
Yeah, let's go. Having a little bit of diversity here in today's map pool, in today's veto choices. And we'll see which way this will go. Obviously, we're a little bit biased towards one of our players here. And
I know you're biased towards GogojOey.
Well, I was about to say...
It's fine, because I'm biased to Oreo.
I was about to say, like, regardless, though, like, even if Oreo loses, that means he goes up against Starduck. In the best
Why
of
do
one.
they face each other so often in the past couple of tournaments? But that's an if. Very much so, and now we're going to be concluding our series on Blackburn LE. Whoever wins this map will advance and face Ender in the upper bracket best of 3 finals. Is it going to be a Blue Zerg player spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, coming out from the land of Hong Kong, known as the best player from Hong Kong? He is, of course, going to be representing Juggernauts, the Not Army themselves. He wants to face his teammate like he really wants to, but will he? He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Australian Zerg player. He is red, representing the Cranky Ducklings, the best Zerg player in all of Australia. It is Oreo.
Who went for a hatch first? Hatch gas?
Yep, hatch gas pool from Oreo, so just a standard opener. Meanwhile, GogojOey is just going for a safe opener with the pool first. So nothing too crazy here, but GogojOey just didn't want to die horribly to, like, I don't know, a 13-12 or a 12 pool with like a drone pool or something.
Yeah, which is totally possible coming out from Oreo, especially as you were saying, with a bit of a ping advantage here. GogojOey just wants to be as safe as possible, but for how long? Because you know that Gold Base is calling to him. It's called to both of their players here, really, but...
True. It's all about who will answer that call. Most likely GogojOey, but...
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if the game even lasts that long.
Yeah, has Oreo ever gone for the gold base of Blackburn and ZvZ? I know he's done it a couple times in ZVP.
I don't think I've seen him take it in the ZvZ, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily that kind of player. He can be cheesy and aggressive when he wants to, but again, he's not cut from the same cloth as your Southeast Asian Zerg players. As the Lings are going to get across the map, again, looking for a drone kill, but Oreo does pull the drone back, and there are no drones here at the natural.
So really there's nothing to kill at the end of the day, except for Zerglings, but which Zerglings? The blue or the red?
Oh god, GogojOey, he was trying to get us around on the Lings as they were popping out of the eggs there, but in the end he was a little bit too slow, and Lings will be forced back.
Yeah, a bit of a reverse around here from Oreo, and a little bit of a counterattack.
Oh.
And behind this, that's what we were talking about. Now that we're back in the Australia server, Oreo is more than willing to Ling Bane it up.
This is a little bit worrisome. Thankfully, we do have a defensive Baneling Nest being thrown down by GogojOey, but there is a pretty significant timing difference between these two Baneling Nests. So Oreo can hit a little bit faster and maybe try and snowball, as he is just lane flooding behind this. Oh my god.
Really is. Main concern for Oreo, or my main concern for Oreo, is that he's not mining that much gas, but he can still get 5 Banelings, and mate, that's just about enough that you need at this stage of the game, especially since he is link flooding behind this.
Yeah, exactly. The Baneling Nest is still not done here for GogojOey, and Oreo does get eyes on it. GogojOey realizes what's happening as all the Lings are flooding across the map. He does immediately evacuate and wall off at the ramp.
A very nice body block with
the
Queens. Unfortunately, these two Banelings, yeah, they are being built on low ground. They are very exposed. They get taken out. A couple of Banelings explode on something.
They were denied. There was some nice target fire by those Queens, actually focusing down those Banelings. The nest does go down, but 2 Banelings finish up.
They do, but they do kind of get sniped. At the end of the day, it was still good enough for GogojOey, it seems.
Oh god, exactly. And Oreo needed more damage done. He is in a really bad place right now. Look at the difference in workers here. GogojOey kept his mineral line alive. Oreo was all in, is still all in.
And he wants to be as all in as you can really get. Yeah, the Baneling Nest of GogojOey did go down, but he was able to sneak out a couple more Banelings behind that. Oreo needs to be very careful with how he snipes these, but as long as he's able to snipe them, there's not really going to be an answer for GogojOey.
Yeah, I think enough time has passed here. Like Oreo, droning up is just not an option for him, unfortunately. So he's still making nothing but Lings. But the longer this game goes on, the better it is for GogojOey. There was such a big like timing here where there was no Baneling Nest. GogojOey, he couldn't build any more Banelings, but Oreo couldn't snipe the ones that were already made.
Yeah, he's killed those 3 Banelings. What do you think about sending a... Maybe not now, because I think it is too late, as you were saying, but earlier on, if there was just 1 Queen...
I mean, me and Mike would have
1 Queen. Probably would have. Alright, 1 more Baneling gets sniped.
Yeah, the Banelings are rolling in here for Oreo. He immediately snipes that Spike Roller. Meanwhile, 1 Baneling left!
1 more Baneling! But at the end of the day, the Baneling Nest does finish up. How about GogojOey? Doesn't have any links to make any Banelings, at least not on this side of the map, because he is cleaning out Oreo's minerals and hatcheries across the map.
Yeah, we have a base trade, essentially. Oh my god, Oreo, can he pull this off? He takes out the Queen. Now it's just pure workers here. The Banelings are rolling in! Oh!
Yeah, a couple of links are trying to snipe them, but it is not going to be enough. 2 Banelings connect. GogojOey has lost a lot more workers, but to be fair, Oreo's not that far ahead. Now he is.
Mate, he's ahead by 7. Like, Oreo actually has the worker advantage. He doesn't have any Queens. That's the big difference. GogojOey, he's got Queens. He's got a Spine as well. His main base should be fine. Oh no! The Queen got stuck!
Immediately gets surrounded right on top of the ramp, and just like that, I think Oreo has enough momentum. Nightcrawler is going to be tough to deal with, though.
Oh, the Baneling finishes, and just like that, again, Oreo, he cannot break the main base. He's going to try and deal with the natural. It looks like he can maybe get another Queen. It's going to be close. Oh my god, the transfuse!
Very close to oh, wow. That was a clutch transfuse. The Baneling comes in right at the end, so GogojOey saves his base. But, again, it's tough for him to try to re-drone. Oreo's going to be droning up behind us because he knows he has map control. GogojOey needs to continue to build more and more army units, and it's going to be enough for him to hold here, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for a counter attack.
Yeah, GogojOey, he needs to join up, and he hasn't been joining up. Oh my god, another Baneling gets sniped here by Oreo. He wants to get another. Oh, but he doesn't.
Not quite.
And now GogojOey's joining up, and I'm pretty sure he should be fine here at home. We've kind of reset as both players are joining, but Oreo has a massive worker lead.
He does, funnily enough. What were we on about a minute ago? 32 drones for GogojOey and 12 for Oreo, and now it's 26 for Oreo, 13 for GogojOey.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the pendulum of ZvZ sometimes.
Well, I thought Oreo was straight up dead, mate. I thought it was over for him. It was so impressive that he was able to break in, and again, the most important part was that for a long time GogojOey didn't have a Baneling nest, so he had very limited like Banelings to defend, and once they were all gone, Oreo flooded in. Unfortunately for GogojOey, he went for a counterattack, and we ended up in that weird scenario that kind of allowed Oreo to get ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just right now trying to visualize what it would have been like if GogojOey turned around with his Zerglings instead.
Yeah, like I don't think he realized how all in Oreo was. Like all GogojOey had to do was defend at the natural. That's all he had to do. He didn't have to kill workers across the map because Oreo barely had any.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't kill any workers across the map because of that too.
Yeah, true.
Fortunately, GogojOey realized that a little bit too late, and now he is 10 workers and a whole bunch of tech behind. But let me tell you, like, one good way of getting back on even footing is getting that gold base.
It's true, but Oreo is not letting that happen. Like, Oreo is here outside the base. If GogojOey tried to sneak out a gold base, Oreo should have eyes on it. What's important is that Oreo immediately threw down a Roach Warren. Those roaches are being pumped out, like, left and right. He's even going for a third base. And soon, Oreo's going to be pushing out with roaches. And GogojOey doesn't even have his Roach Warren done yet.
Yeah, interesting that GogojOey went for the lair before throwing down a Roach Warren, but I guess he just wanted to get Galarian Constitution as quick as possible, maybe?
Yeah, I guess that was his way of coming back into this. Unfortunately, the roaches are here. GogojOey is aware of it. He's pumping out as many roaches as he can. He's throwing down a second spine, a third spine as well. Again, GogojOey, he's down in supply, but with the defender's advantage, maybe he can hold.
That is a very nice position right on top of this ramp. GogojOey's trying to connect his Banelings on top of these roaches. Not enough to kill them, but is enough to soften them up. Here comes the Banelings of Oreo, however. And there's just not enough firepower to really snipe them. Oh, that Spine Crawler gets killed and not cancelled. GogojOey, with his Spine Crawlers and with his Queens, has barely enough to push this back now.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the lead that Oreo had, he did just throw it away. Oh, God. That was a lot of dead roaches there. Yeah, traded really inefficiently. Oreo just now starts his own lair. He does have a third base, so he will be able to produce more army compared to GogojOey. But again, GogojOey, like, earlier the supplies, there was a much larger gap, and he has closed it.
And now we see what that lair was for, aside from Galarian Constitution.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is still very close. We do have vision in the main base of Oreo. Oreo is trying to deal with it, though. We do have a third base, but Oreo immediately dives on it. Yo, that's a kill!
Ooh! Massive win here for Oreo. Once again, just keeping GogojOey back for as long as possible when it comes to drone count.
Yeah, exactly. And now the lair is finishing up, but those upgrades are still on the way here for GogojOey. Oh, he actually canceled the Nidus. Huh.
I guess that's how he was able to afford that third base. And now Oreo's trying to juke around the roaches. He kills one Spine Crawler, which is actually going to be very massive when he pushes in eventually later on. Trying to get this third base. Thankfully this time it was a kill. Or it was a cancel, sorry, not a kill.
Yeah, exactly. But Oreo, he's able to just maintain this lead because of this third base. He's catching up on all the tech. And it looks like GogojOey's Hail Mary play is going to be a Spire.
Corruptus?
Going for mutants is going to be the play here for GogojOey, but he needs a lot of time for that Spire to finish up and actually get those mutants up and running. Meanwhile, no, GogojOey is throwing away some of the roaches.
Yeah, I was trying to be active with the roaches in order to buy that time we were talking about, but unfortunately stepped a little too close.
Yeah, he flew too close to the Oreo, mate, and just like that, 3 of the roaches get picked off. Third base, it's not gonna finish. Oreo, he's outside the base, he's ready to dive in. There are no spines remaining.
Despite this nice defensible ramp, it is still subject to getting wild down. Oreo is starting to make his way up, Light, and I think GogojOey's learning firsthand. What do we always say, Light? You fly too close to the Oreo, you're gonna get dunked.
You're gonna get creamed, mate. As you do see the Red Ravager coming on in, the Spire finally finishes up. The boys are being pulled, but it's not going to be enough here. GG gets called, and Oreo takes the series.
He was so dead. He was so insanely all in.
I want to look at the graph.
5-6 minute mark of that game, but then Light, he just clawed his way back.
Hey, look at the worker graph. I'm gonna show it on the stream right now. Look at the worker cat. It's just a flat line for Oreo. And you can see GogojOey just skyrocket up, and then boom! Suddenly, just it all comes crashing down for GogojOey.
It's almost as if Oreo dropped mines. Jeez.
Oh god.
Beautiful, mate.
Yeah, that was so tense, so incredibly tense. Like, again, Oreo was in a really rough place, and I feel like I wouldn't have blamed him for tapping out after the first failed like Ling Bane bust. But he just stuck in there, and he knew that there was still a possibility to somehow claw his way back, and he did it, mate.
Yeah, he never lost faith. And now he's up against another Juggernaut Zerg in Ender. GogojOey will be facing Starduck in the lower bracket, and we actually have an update in the lower bracket. Mio Micah has taken out Beastork 1-0. We'll be waiting for the winner of Starduck versus GogojOey. You know what that means, Light?
That means that only one of GogojOey and Mio Micah are gonna have the possibility to make it to the finals.
Exactly! It's confirmed that we don't have a Mio versus Joey finals! And it's actually even deeper than that, Light. We don't even have a GogojOey versus Mio Micah best of 3.
Yeah.
This week. Like, if GogojOey beats Starduck, then they play in a best of 1. If Starduck beats GogojOey, then they're just not gonna face at all. Zeph is gonna be so disappointed.
Oh my god. Poor Zeph. Oh my god.